Barbara, the Raspberry Stitcher. Today is March 7th, Sunday. I planned to do it on Friday or Saturday, but I wasn't feeling good last week, so I didn't do it on Friday. Saturday, we went to see my son, had a great time with him, so that was really fun. So I'm here today, Sunday, for Flosstube number 5. First off, I've got lots of things to show you. The table is covered. Over here is my stack of whips. So let's just begin with my new start, which I'm very excited about. I'm sure many of you might have seen it. So I decided to work on Rose Manor, Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais from the Needle Thread. I am doing mine on a 40 count Xjudesign fabric. It is old linen, and I am using Vicki Clayton silks. So here is my progress so far. I've just worked on it pretty much one day. And so the colors are going to look a little different than if you're using the called for over dyed cottons. These are silks. I will show you them. So these are the beautiful silks that she has dyed for this particular fabric, or for this particular project. I did up in these diamonds change out the colors. I'm going to hold that really close. This outline border here, I went ahead and the two colors I called for, which were Palomino and the Sandcastle, in the colors that she dyed, which are beautiful, but they're very, very similar. So I just went ahead and substituted and put in her dyed Havana with the Sandcastle, and I think it looks great with those two colors. So, and you can see this is the Palomino in the over dyed, so it's definitely darker than the other Palomino. So, and no problems, just had to switch out a little bit, and I think the results are going to be great. And you can tell that, like, the vine, I think, is a little brighter, which I love the green. I love the pinks and the mauves in there. So I'm really, really happy with that. So that is my new start. My other new start, which I'll show you in a second, I haven't started yet, but that I was choosing between because I had earned 3 new starts so far this year. I finished 6 projects. I'm really hoping the way I've kind of reorganized my plans, which we'll talk about later, I'm hoping to get another one finished and then go on to my next whip and try to get it finished. I'd like to get a couple of finishes this month. I didn't have any last month because the whips that I do have that I'd like to get finished are going to take a little bit more time, whereas the first few, I did do the ones that I could get done very quickly, so I would at least have some new starts banked. And I think what I'm going to do is only do 1 new start per month, even if I have some banked, just because that way I can spread them out a little bit, since I'm probably not going to have too many this year. My goal, if you haven't been with me, is to work down my whip pile. So for every 2 whips that I finish, I get a new start. I don't have to do it right away, so I'm going to plan those out through the year. That does not include any exchanges I'm in, or gifts that I'm going to give, or like some ornaments that I'm planning to do, because I can get those done within the year. This is so I can get my whips down by the end of the year, so I don't quite have so many. I did want to show you, though, for that project and the other project I'd like to start, I made some new bags. So I thought I would show everyone the bags that I made. This is some fabric that I got offline. I believe it is a Blackbird fabric line. And inside is another different fabric. I decided to, this is a lace that was actually, just imagine this flipped on the other side. It was this wide. I cut it down the middle, and then I sewed it in between the 2 fabrics, and I didn't like the way that it looked, so I thought that I would just put this beautiful little rickrack on the top. So, and I think it turned out really, really nice. This is a tutorial, which I will link down at the bottom. It's by Jenn, and I will put it there. It's a very nice bag. A lot of them you probably have seen. The only seam that shows is right at the bottom of the bag where you sewed up, very similar to what Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch has shown. kind of similar to that. So it's an easy tutorial. I will say, you know, I'm not a proficient sewer. I can sew, I know the basics. I definitely got better with the zipper this time, and I found a better way to sew with my zipper foot, so I am learning about that. I'm really enjoying, I've gotten through all of them. Vanna's easy to sew or beginning sewing little YouTube videos. Those are fantastic. I'm learning a lot from that. Just some basic things about sewing machines and stuff. So I'm very interested in watching more of those because I would love to do a quilt at some point, and I have bought one to do, and so I'm gonna have to really start learning how to do some more quilting. I'm gonna show you the other bag I made. It is this one, and I made it with kind of the opposite fabrics. I had this in the peachy color here and the brown. This is the same as the other one, but it has the brown background instead of the peachy, and then this has the same inside, and it has a green zipper this time. And I did the other half of that lace here, and then the rickrack on the top. So I think they turned out really, really nice. I'm so excited to have 2 new bags to put my new projects in. So this one is for Jessie Watson, which I loved the first time I saw it by Hands Across the Sea. I love the heart, I love the house, the trees, the border, the colors are really pretty for spring. The only reason I didn't start this one because it's the one I really, really wanted to start. I again have the flosses by Vicki Clayton. They're so pretty. They're so bright. I'm really loving stitching with her silks, by the way. They are super, super soft. Just really nice. Like I am really enjoying everything about her silks. So I would definitely say try them if you want to. The color that I'm going to do this on, which I thought I had laying out, let me see if it's in my bag, is an Xjudesign. Here it is. Baby Sheep. The one Baby Sheep I do have is a 40. Yeah, this one's a 40, and I kind of wanted to do this really small and do it on a 46. So I have a 46 coming. I ordered it in December, not because of Xjude. They ship out. She ships out very quickly, very fast. Usually it gets here in about maybe 6 weeks, maybe less. I actually got something else I'll show you from her that I ordered way after I ordered the 46 linen, and it got here first. The shipment that came in for the 46 fabric got stuck in Chicago, and then it went to Atlanta, then it went to Jamaica, New York, and now I see that it's finally back in Indianapolis, or it's made it to Indianapolis, and so hopefully I'll have it this next week. So I'll definitely start this in April, I think, which is kind of good. I like the heart in the home, and it's Autism Awareness Month, and some of the parts of that, the way that it's kind of done, especially that heart, kind of reminds me a little bit of the puzzle pieces in the Autism Awareness stuff. So anyway, so once it comes, I think I'm going to start that in April. So I thought I would show you that. Then I thought I would show you the rest of the fabrics that I'd like to make one of the bags that are more like a quilt with the different squares on the front. I can show you one later that I have bought. So I have some different fabric stacks laid out here with some fabrics that I got. One was in like a cake. I think these are all from Blackbird, and I thought these would be fun to just put together and do. So I have it kind of set up that I might have about 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 different bags, and just kind of pulled some of the different colors together. One's a little more blue, one's a little more peach, one's a little more brown. So I thought that would be really fun to try to do. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to probably watch some more different tutorials or look some things up, but really excited to maybe make some more bags because they're kind of fun to make for yourself. I mean, I love getting them from other places, and I've gotten them from many different makers, and they're very enjoyable, but it's also kind of fun to make some because I don't really have enough money to buy as many bags as I need for my whips. So next, I do want to talk to you about trying to get a finish this month. So I am concentrating on Brown Bird Viscor New by Heartstring Samplery. You guys have all seen me work on this. I have the bottom done. I am working on the top. I'm about halfway done. I did have a little situation. So here is my top. I had a situation with my birds. So it calls for apple cider. And the apple cider I have is very gold. When I went to look up another apple cider, because when I started stitching, I stitched that. Then I went in to stitch the beak, which was this color. Even though they look very different together, when you get one strand on 40 count, the color didn't show up. The beak didn't show up. And when I looked at the picture didn't seem to be the same color. This is the other apple cider I have. And let me put that up against here, and you can kind of see the color difference. So I didn't see this apple cider that I had originally. So I did try to find something very similar from the picture. What I ended up going with was, roasted chestnut from Classic Colorworks instead. And that is the color that you're seeing in the birds. So you can kind of see the difference in those two colors right here. And I think it looks a lot better because they weren't brown. They were golden birds, not brown birds. So I just switched it. That's what happens with dye lots. And sometimes you just have to, redo, find a different color, try to make yourself happy. If you don't like the way it looks, change it. I just say change it. If it's not what you envisioned from the picture and the reason you really like the chart in the piece, change it, figure it out. So I thought I'd show you that progress. And here's my back again, in case some people are new to the channel. I have that done. And even though I've talked to some of my friends, this is the golden color right here. This is the apple cider that is more golden. I'm not gonna change anything in that. I think it'll be just fine. So that is my progress on that. So I'm really hoping to get this done by the next time that I do a floss tube, to at least get all the stitching done so you guys can see it and move on to my next project after that, which I'm not sure what it is, but I'll figure it out. So I think next we will show you some haul. I got some of my from Fabrics by Stephanie, and that is from Needlecraft Corner. I'm doing a you can see here, this one is the 40, and this one is 36, and this is linen, and it's called Jamie's Kilt. It's kind of got some grays, greens, and like a magenta color in there. I'm hoping you guys can see that. It's really pretty. I'm excited to find something to do something with this on because it's really, really nice. And then when you're in her club, she gives you, I can show you the front, but she gives you a whole like booklet, pamphlet that she puts together of multiple different seasonal stitches. So most of them had to do with Valentine's, and then everything's wrapped in the ribbon. So this time we've got the beautiful Valentine heart to ribbon. So of course I'm keeping that because I'm sure that a finish could use those. And then she always gives you a really sweet gift. And since I am doing two colors, two different size linens, basically I get the kit twice. So in this cute bag, I've gotten a tape measure and a cute scissors. And I was really excited because a lot of times I'll get it, it's exactly the same thing, and which is great because you get double of something. But this time I got the same thing and they gave me different colors. So that was pretty awesome. So I'll have one with my stitching kit and one that can go in my takeaway bag. So we are able to go and stitch with friends. I'll have one in each spot, and that's super exciting. So that's that. The other thing I want to show you is Heartstring Samplery. Many of you know they have the or the hymn ones that are being done monthly, but she's also on her website is doing small sampler collection. It's called Small Samplings Collection. This was the first one, which I got. So these are small samplers. She does them in kits. The first one I got a full kit, so I actually got the floss, which are 2 flosses, which I'll show you. She does a little postcard, which is adorable, of the actual sampler, and then the fabric. This was on 32 fabric. I'd like to do it on 36. I'd like to make them really small. She had the flosses. They're just 2 colors, and she has this cute little scissor pole, which I haven't used anywhere yet. Historic scissors. I do have the called for, which is I believe, let me look and make sure. Yeah, Ale by Picture This Plus. So you can see that. I am toying with doing it on either Dove, which I think would be really, really nice by Picture This Plus, or I have Hog Bristle, which I think the brown would show a little bit better on this one than the Ale. So what do you guys think? Let me know what you think. But right now I'm kind of leaning towards Dove. This green, I think it would be really pretty on that, and something a little different since there's only 2 colors. So these are, I'm just kitting these up. I just got my second one that I ordered. First one I've had for a little bit. So the second one I ordered is this one. This one seems a little bit more springy and fun to me. I'm really excited about it. This is Ann Whitaker 1827. The other one was Esther Cannon. Sorry, I didn't say that. Esther Cannon. These are limited that she's going to do every month, but the following year she had talked about that she might put them in a book though, where they would be all together and you would buy a whole book of them. So it'll be interesting to see what she does with them. This time I did not get the full kit. All I did was get threads. And with this one, she gave a beautiful little bunny pen that she even said her husband helped make happen. That she was so busy with the Needlework Expo that he helped drill the holes in some of the beads because they came not beaded, and then he glued on the bunny. So we got this beautiful pen, and these are the colors. The olive branch, which is right here, this is the one she sent, which was brighter than the one she used. This is one I had in my stash. It's pretty old because it's from Crescent Color Works. So I'm not sure which one I'll use or if I'll even intermix them because I do like how bright. I've got 2 fabrics here. This one is Sweet Melon by Xjude. It's pretty, a lot brighter peach color, and I really like how these colors are playing off of it and are kind of summery and spring and just really happy. I also have Cinnamon Sugar by number 21 Stitch Co. And it's pretty on that too. It's just, this is a dollar peach. It's more vintage, whereas this is a bit brighter. And I think you can kind of see that in there, and a little bit lighter. So I haven't decided. Right now I'm leaning towards the Sweet Melon. So give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. The other thing I ordered, which I'm very excited about, Xjude had worked with Vintage Tulip Design in 2017. I don't know if this was a release like at market or what, but I had seen it stitched, I believe, on Instagram, and it was gorgeous. And if you look for this pattern, just look for it and see if you can find one that's stitched. This is a stitched picture of it, and it does not do it justice. It's called Midsummer Garden. Not sure if many of you have seen this, but I believe it's a collaboration. The linen and the threads are by Xjude, and then this with this person in the design. It's by Times Tanner, Timea Tanner, and it's beautiful. Totally my colors, all those purples and greens. I still haven't decided. I have a friend, and we kind of thought maybe we might put a house in here and put the bird on top of the house. So I'm looking into maybe substituting a house because I really like that idea. And also make it a little more samplery. I know it seems weird, but so I saw it and I was like, that's really nice, but they were all specific specialty threads and linen that Xjude had dyed to go with it. And I was like, oh, I'll just wait and see. So I didn't buy the pattern, and well, and then all of a sudden I was on the Xjude, I'm on her Instagram, and she had said that she was re-dyeing this whole project. I was thrilled and went over and ordered right away, and I just got those in. So here's the fabric. The fabric is called Rocky Mountain. She sent me a 36. It's originally done on a 32, but I like 36 or 40. And these colors are gorgeous. And it's cotton. And I am excited to work on this. These purples, magentas, love this tan brown color, the greens. This is pretty gray and white. So, and this is just lightly mottled, very grungy. I think it's going to be really nice. So, and if we put a house in it, I'm thinking I'm going to make it kind of like a, with the tan and purples, like do the tan as like a brick, and then do like the shutters and everything, and some purples and things. So it'll be interesting to see if I can accomplish that. And I've even thought about, I downloaded this, which I know a lot of people have gotten, Chester's Place. I think this house actually might fit in there. So I'm going to look into that too. I may have to add some other threads, but we'll see. But it would look very different because it wouldn't be the red brick. So I need to count it out again. I've counted it a couple of different times and ways. So I'm going to see if it fits, because I think that would be fun. So that was the other purchase I had, and I have some other downloads. I do not have all of them with me, but I did get, and I don't have the good picture of it, but I did get the Spring Violets by Hands Across the Sea. I had seen, I believe, this being worked on in one of the Flosstubes by RaspberryStitcher, where she interviews different Flosstubers and designers, and she was interviewing Sandra and Nicola, and I think Sandra was working on this at that time. And when I saw it, I was like, got to have that. It's all purples and violets, and violas are one of our favorite flowers. Some of my grandparents and my husband's mother is named Viola, so just thought I had to have that. Let's see, I've got a couple more things here that I just got. One I've already gotten, which just came out as a kit. I don't know if it was really for the expo that's going on this weekend, but as soon as I saw it, this floral heart kit by Samplers Not Forgotten, I just thought it was the sweetest little thing, so vintagey looking, just adorable. So I got that right away. It came with the fabric, the floss, the whole kit here, and the little heart. So that'll be on a list to try to have to do. That's just too cute. And my last thing that I got, I did not purchase, but I won, which was very excited. Stitch All This Things, Christine had a giveaway for this hands-on design, and I just think it's adorable. And it came with the velveteen here, So I got that, and I'm very excited because I think that's adorable. I might change the colors a bit. I love the peach color, the velveteen, but I'm not big on the blue, so I might swap those out a little bit. But anyway, I'm excited about that. I have a couple other of those with the drums and pillows, and I think they're so adorable. I want to get those to put in some of my shaker boxes and things to sit down in the living room. All right, so I think that's it. Those are things that I've kitted, things that I've bought. Now I want to talk to you about a couple things I want to FFO. One thing I can't show you yet. It is for a swap for Easter. So while I'm working on that, I thought, well, I might as well do some other FFOing that same day. So I pulled out some stitching that I thought you guys might like. This is by Lindy Stitches, A Mother's Heart. I got this a couple of years ago at a retreat, actually. They were having a trunk show. Part of the store was having a trunk show with her stuff, and I fell in love with this. It was going through a time with my son. If many of you don't know, he has autism. He is now 18, will be 19 in April, which I cannot believe it's coming up on us. And at the time he was 17, probably 16, 17, and he was really going through a difficult time. He was kind of acting out. He was running away, and just trying to keep him physically safe was very difficult. And these words really rang true to me. It was hard for me to be gone from the house or my husband to be gone. So I went ahead and stitched this up. It's on a 32 count Lugana by PTP, and I believe I pulled it out. It's called Mercedes. It's not the called for, but it's pretty close. And I did use all the called for threads. Many of them were DMC, like all the flower stuff in here is DMC. And there was Black Crow and Black Raspberry Jam. And Black Raspberry Jam can look different depending on which ones you get. I've used it on another one, and it was very, very lighter blue. This one had the mix of the light and the dark. So, but I did buy the whole kit to finish it, just like in the picture. So I have the backing fabric and the Lady Dot Creates Licorice ribbon to go around it. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to get that finished. I've got to go buy some stuffing for the inside. I have some, but not enough at all. So I want to do that. And then another one by Lindy Stitches, Lindy Stitches Finishing Day, I guess. I am in her group that she has, not just her regular Facebook page, but she has a Facebook group page. And she was selling these kits. She had saved a few from Market and went up and let us, me please them and buy them from her directly. So I got a kit. I've had it stitched up. It's absolutely adorable. I'm pretty sure it's on a Lugana 32 count, and he's just magnificent. And I have all, I'm missing a couple of those. I have the pins came with it and all the finishing right here. So all I need to do is sew this little guy up and get him stuffed. So that was another one I thought, well, while I'm trying to finish my Easter exchange, I could probably get those done pretty quickly. And doing that big heart may be helpful to learn how to do that before I do that smaller heart. So anyway, doing a heart finish is a little scary for me, but I think if I can cut it out right and do a template, and she has a great template in there for that one, so I think I'll be okay. I'm going to trust that I can figure it out. We'll see how it comes. Hopefully I'm going to have those done next time I do a Flosstube. That's my goal, is to have those done. So hopefully I have some FFOs to show you. Next, so every month I try to bring in what I call like a long-term project. I'm calling it my LTPs that I know I'm probably not going to finish this year, but I want to make some good progress on them. So each month I'm kind of designating different LTPs, long-term projects, to work on and fit into my rotation. Last month, I kind of want to show you where I got, since I didn't get totally done, is with my, a Sarah Lytle sampler. So this, I have definitely changed most of the colors, not all, and the fabric. This is on, I believe, more of a tan colored fabric. It's on straw, which is actually yellow color, which doesn't look like that in here. I have a piece that's straw and it doesn't look like that. It almost looks like a Confederate gray, to be honest, but I thought it looked very gray. So I decided, this is Gretchen's Gray by Dixie Samplers that I had gotten a long time ago. And I thought that would look great. So, and I wanted the colors to be more of the turquoisey blue greens. The ones that when I pulled were very more minty greens, and I didn't like that, so I changed that. So here's where I have gotten this past month on it. I've really filled in most of these motifs down here. So I've been able to get this berry bowl done, this flower done, that done, started on some of these smaller ones on each side. So I'm pretty happy with that progress. I might keep this out and work here and there on it. It does have some more embroidery style. So this is stem stitch and some satin stitches in here. So it'd be nice if I could finish this whole middle section before I totally put it away. But I'm kind of reserving that. I am going to let it sit near me in my basket of rotations and see what happens, because I am having fun stitching on it. It's on a 36 count, I'm pretty sure. And if you go to my Instagram, and I put it on some other sites, I have listed all the colors that I've used on there. So, and this is in a bag that I made not that long ago. Very cute. So I thought I'd show you where that is, because you probably won't see it unless I do work on it. Not sure if I'm gonna or not, but we'll see. And then let's start talking about the rest of my whips. So I'm going to go through these by which day of the week I'm going to work on them. So this is my new February kind of rotation. I'll show you I did work pretty hard in our March rotation. This is my February rotation. So as you can see, I filled up all my little squares, wrote down. I will say that this week kind of got difficult. I kept having to move stuff over because I kept wanting to work on different stuff, but that's okay. I make a plan and sometimes it changes, you know. I know some of you just pick up whatever you would like that day. You have your, you know, basket of whatever. If I don't make myself work on some things, and not that I don't think they're beautiful or I don't want to work on them, but there are parts of them that are just harder and take more effort. And if I don't say, hey, I've got to do this today, then it may be 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'm kind of behind, because some of these are some sales that I'm in and that I want to keep up with as much as possible, because some of them will get done this year if I can keep up with them, which would be, hey, fantastic. So let's show you, this was my New Year, New Start. This is Jeanette Douglas. I call it my Holland sampler. You can see the name. I can't pronounce it. But I'm very excited because I've got almost this whole top band done this month. So yay! I'm very excited to show you. This is on a 28 count light mocha. And here it is. It's so pretty. So this is the part that I finished up. I finished the C. I did the beautiful satin stitch heart here. I worked on this right here and this whole side border. I still have, there are some long cross stitches here. So it's like doing a cross stitch, but elongated. And I didn't get that filled in yet, but this is so pretty. You can see the beautiful satin stitches over in this flower. I'm really enjoying this. The back stitching around these just turned out really nice. So this is super fun. I'm really happy with the progress I've made on that. So it's still going to stay in my rotation. I figure this should stay in my rotation. If I can try to get my New Year, New Start done in the year, like that would be amazing, because that did not happen last year. It is a project that will be coming up that I started last year, but you know, we'll see. But I'd like to get that one done. So that's on Sundays. And then Mondays is going to be Winter Rose Manor, which I have already showed you. And then Tuesdays is going to be Ann Morrison, and I have caught up almost all the way through February's. I just have the little bit of stitching here to do, and I think that March is are these 2 rows. So I think that that's pretty doable. And I've already worked on her once, and she's has 5 days in this month to work on, so I'm pretty sure I can get caught up and maybe even get a little bit ahead. So here she is. She's on a 46 count by Dixie Sampler called Goblin King. It's kind of a gray tan color, very light, very pale, but I think the colors really show. And I have said I have not filled in the bums here or the little leaves. I can't decide what color I want to use, so I'm kind of waiting on that. I might try to get those filled in this month too, since I feel like if I can get all of this filled in, then I'll really be caught up. But it's turning out really pretty. I am really happy with this. So let's put that away. So that'll be on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, I'm going to work on Though He Seemeth Sleeping. And I have pulled multiple colors for this. So I'm going to put up my chart if you want to do a screen grab of it. This chart she gives is by Lucy Beam. She gives colors for all the 3 major overdyes. So Weeks Dye Works, Classic Color Works, Gentle Arts. She gives a DMC conversion, and then she has a page where you can do your own conversion. So there are some colors on mine that are limited colors, so they're not available everywhere, but this is what I am doing. I'm doing a 40 count Xjudesign brown paper as my fabric. So these are the colors I'm using. You see I scratched out some, wrote in others, and as I go I may have to tweak a little bit here or there, but so far I'm pretty excited about them. Here are the colors that I'm using, very varied. I did take out some of the oranges and added more purples in, so that's one of the biggest differences, more magentas, because those are more my colors. So that's the biggest difference you'll see, most likely from other ones. But here's where I am. I've gotten the first 2 top rows done. I'm starting to work down this side border over here, and then hoping to just move on down to the next row, which has numbers and letters. So hopefully this month I can get through all of the numbers and letters up here so I can get to this beautiful floral border. That would be nice. So this she also has a Facebook page for this, and so people are selling this and showing their progress and their finishes, and it's really great and fun to see the different fabrics people are using, the counts, the colors, because it's so varied. You can do so many things with it. It's pretty fun. So if you like that pattern and you haven't gotten on that Facebook page, I would definitely say go join. Okay. Then on Thursday, I am working on, this is an exclusive to a Facebook group page, Homespun Needlework and something else. I can't remember right now, but it was a while ago, so it's not something you can buy right now. I would assume that CC Nash will be releasing it in a year or so, but I have finally finished part 1, which is all of this 1/1 here, these butterflies, this little thing here. So I have finally finished that, and I'm starting on part 2. So now I am coming down this row right here. I'm going to do this beautiful tree. I did not get, I do have a little emblem here, a little motif here I have to fill in. But anyway, I'm very excited that my 1/1 is done. And I can show you the other side. This is part 3. We'll be getting part 4, which is going to be the house. So we're basically doing all the way around the house. And I think she even put that house outline in. So part 4 is going to be a beast. Another lady who's doing this, Jan, she has, I think, almost finished all 3 parts. So she's keeping up with it. I am not. But I'm very excited about, and this is on 36 straw with Weeks Dye Works. And so here's my progress. I finally got all the 1/1 phrase done, and the colors are just beautiful. There is a band below the phrase, the verse. It's very hard to see. It's almost like a ghost. You know, we talk about ghost lettering. This is like, let's see if I can fold this in half so you can kind of see, bring it up a little closer. You can kind of see it right there. It's so pretty. There's the other side. But I'm really enjoying this. This is straw. So it's that gold color. But I'm very excited that this is, oh, it's so pretty. I love that border. So anyway, I am very happy. I finally got out of part 1 and I'm working on part 2. Because I was in part 1 for a very long time. That 1/1. This is the bag I want to show you, the style I want to try to make with these squares. I probably won't make the top quite as tall. I'll probably make it similar to the ones I've made where it's only about like 1.5 inches. So more like this. But I think that'll be really fun to try to do that and learn how to make a bag like this. It's very pretty. There's some different makers. I can't remember who this one is by because they did not put a tag on it, or I would let you know. But they're very cute and just fun. It's just something different. We all want something different, right? Try something new, see something different. So next on Fridays, this is going to be my March long-term project, or LTP. This is by Victoria Sampler. It's the Victorian band sampler by her. It's so pretty. I have done this, all this lettering. I've done this whole side here. I had the house and the little kind of little barn there done. This week I just started on the trees. I finished these couple of birds. So I'm very excited to work on that little scene right there. It's so adorable. I did bring up, this is on a 28 count, and it is Spring Meadow Green Country French. It's not exactly the color that's called for in here. I don't remember even what color was called for, but I was at a retreat with Fancy Works here in Indiana a couple of years ago, and they were marking down and selling some different fabrics, and I was able to pick this up, and it is basically the same color. So this is what I have so far. I do not have hardly any beading on there. I did put the beading in the crown because I kind of messed up the crown a little bit. He's kind of moved over a little. You probably can tell, but I am not moving it. That's all 1/1, that little crown. Let me fold it in half and I'll show you the scene a little bit more that I'm working on. So here's the little house, and you can see I've started on the tree. The tree will have some ribbon, like leaves that I'll put in once I get more of the other done. I'm probably going to start on the Bargello work down here for the grass. Let me show you that. So down here, and there basically that all that satin stitching is like Bargello work. So I'll work on that. Probably come back up and do this little person, woman 1/1 and those little motifs, and then come back and probably fill in that. So that's what I have to do. I'm hoping that I can get some of that done this month. I'd like to get this whole scene done this month. That would be the goal. If I can get further, that'd be great. But those little scenes definitely take more time, whereas doing the different bands, like doing the band underneath it, wouldn't take me but one sit. That wouldn't be very long. Now, I will say I've not done as much of this ribbon. This is all ribbon work, so that'll be new. And then those letters, I think, are 1/1, so that might take a little more time, but it's just cute. I'd like to make some good progress on this month. So we'll see. I definitely want to get this whole scene done. If I can get this band done, that would be great. Long projected goal would be to do some of this, but not sure I'll get that far. Anyway, that is by Victoria Sampler, Victorian Band Sampler. That's on Fridays. And then on Saturdays, I'm going to do Jane, which I've been working on for almost a year. In July, it would be a year. That is supposedly the end date, but I doubt I'll have mine done then. I am still working on the four-sided stitch up here, and I have worked a little bit over here, but then I realized I was off on some of these stems, vines. So I had to pull that out last night and restitch it. And I was kind of disgusted with myself, but oh well. So I will show you the whole thing here. Let me pull it down just a little. So here is basically the whole thing that I've gotten so far. And I have been working on the four-sided stitch. I am working on trying to do it as reversible as possible. So it is taking me a little bit longer just to kind of give myself a little bit of a challenge, kind of learn something new. It does show it, the way it shows it in the booklet is how to do it reversible. Definitely a lot harder than going straight across and doing something reversible than following, you know, the letters and moving them around. It's turning out nicely. So here's the front. And the lighter colors, I don't think look as good. I don't think lighter colors ever look quite as good. I don't know what it is, but the way, I don't know if it's the way we see them or look at them. I'm not really sure. But I just never think my stitching looks quite as nice. So here it is on the back. So I didn't do too bad. I think it looks pretty good. So it's just challenging myself a little. And I did work, like I said, on the, got tired of doing that. So I did try to work, I was gonna fill in some of the colors of the flowers down here, but I realized that this whole section up here I had to take out and re-put in because I missed a whole row of stitches. So everything was off. As you can see, I started putting the red and I went up here to put in the red and I was like, oh, that's not right. So I had to take it all out. But it looks nice. So I'll probably concentrate on some of that this week too and go back up and do some more of the four-sided stitch. Because once you start doing the four-sided stitch, getting the rhythm of knowing where to go and how to do it, it kind of gets rhythmic. So going away from it and coming back, it's like you have to think about it again. Whereas if you just keep going with it, you just, after a while, you don't have to kind of think about it too much. This is on a 46 count fabric called, it's by Sassy Fabbies, which no longer dyes. And it's called Raffia Cream. It's a peach tone. And it just really works with these colors, I think. Really, it was just a happenstance that I had gotten it. So actually, I think the first 56 count I bought, and I didn't even know what I was going to do with it. I just thought it looked nice and was pretty, and I wanted to try 56 at some point, and this ended up being the perfect project for it. So that is that. Those are all of my whips that I'm kind of working on right now. Get those out of the way. All right, so I kind of went over the rotation I'm doing. What I am doing though is almost every day I'm spending an hour to 2 hours on Brown Bird Viscornu. So it doesn't have a specific day anymore, but I'm going to try to work on it every day to get this completed, to get this whip done. I'm really excited to get it done too because I'm getting so close. So that is kind of different in my plans, that it doesn't have a specific day because I did decide to keep Though He Seemeth Sleeping. I added Winter Rosewood Manor, and I'm keeping my Holland one that I started. So all of them that I have started, I'm still working on in my rotation. So I kind of had to go ahead and figure out how is this all going to work. So plans change, things, you know, update, but that's what I'm going to do so far. So I've written March out. Got it all written out. I do have Brown Bird Viscornu over here. And I also did write in Sarah Lytle, the sampler bag. If I do decide to stitch on it, I put that off to the side so I could maybe make some little notes about what I've done or whatever. So far, I've just been writing what I have stitched every day. I didn't write yesterday's down yet, but I did work on Jane last night. Like I said, I had to redo some stuff. I may even work on her a little bit today just to get a little more stitching in, since yesterday I was traveling most of the day to see my son. It was great to see him, a little life update, and I miss him and love him, and just good to give him big hugs and play games with him and, you know, just spend time. So that was wonderful. Talked to my daughter this weekend. She is on spring break, and she sent me a wonderful video of her flying through the air. If you don't know, she does synchronized swimming, and she's what's called a flyer this year. So she jumps and gets thrown in the air and does some different somersaulting things. So kind of be still my heart, because I worry about her getting hurt, but she loves it, and she looked fantastic. So that was fun to see this week too. They will be training all week, like 8 hours a day, and they get to have their first kind of in-person meet. So Stanford is coming to do a meet with them, and that'll be great. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to go to a meet this year. If we do, it'll be in April, early April, and so we're going to take the time off, and if they allow family to come, then we will quickly book a trip out to California to go see her. They have their national championships in California at Stanford, so that would be great to see. But if not, we'll watch her on, they stream it on Take It Live, so it's a streaming service, and they usually do that for all the big events. So anyway, I think that's it. I'm so glad to have been with you again this week. Again, I do it every 2 weeks. If you're new, everyone, thank you for joining. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I am almost up to 800. I think if I make it to 1,000, I have a couple of giveaways that I would like to do for you all, just to say thank you, and just for the warmth and care you guys have given me and joining the Flosstube community. I am overwhelmed every day, every week, by how kind everyone is. So I appreciate that. And again, as I say, just be kind. Bye.